This is the start of the librarian era, okay? So we have dinner, and you know what was fun? The dinner with Aishai and Ashton kind of felt like a GTA RP moment. Because they were playing GTA RP with me, and it's like we did it in real life. Because we're like, oh shit, we got to figure out new dinner plans. And we like wandered the street of Los Santos until we found a place and talked about Bible stories, basically. For a split minute. But we met up with Uwo, Hina, Bodega Rat, a bunch of other folks afterward for drinks. Drinks and vibes. We met up afterward for drinks and vibes, and the tacos were scrumptious. But as I'm walking over there, I see a tweet on my phone. I see this tweet right here from Atriarchy that says, I met the librarian, and tags Northernlion LP. So I know this is real. This is the librarian's account. And for those of you who don't know, this guy clips Northernlion Twitch streams and like uploads them to YouTube, but he's like a god clipper. He's like a godlike clipper. He only gets... Oh, I need to watch this clip afterward. Hold on. I want to watch it now, actually.
His wife was just off camera. His wife was just off camera. Yeah, this is the guy with the wife. His wife was just off camera. You didn't see her, but she was there. His wife was just off camera. His wife was just off camera. Yeah, this is the guy with the wife. His wife was just off camera. She was there for sure. His wife was just off camera. His wife was just off.
Yeah, I got to meet Librarian's wife too. She was really nice, but she was always off camera. It was a nice coincidence. But I saw this tweet, and I pull up to where Uwo and Hina, Bodega Rat, everybody's hanging out. And I walk in kind of like an insane person, and I like show them the tweet. I'm like, Librarian is in town. Because we're all big Librarian heads. We all love Northernlion. We all love the bits and banter. So Librarian is like has kind of garnered a cult following among the Northernlion fandom, because he is partially responsible for like the Northernlion clip industrial complex resurgence. Like all the funny clips you see of like him playing Sisyphus and stuff is like from Librarian, the Librarian YouTube channel. So we have to meet him. We want to meet him. We need to meet him. He does work like crazy. He was talking to me about his working schedule, and like he is clipping any moment he gets. Like truly like a second job type situation. He's just constantly clipping and making VODs and bits and banters and shit like that. It's crazy. And so Uwo was like, I just DM'd him. Like, I just sent him a DM. He's like, I want to meet you. I'm at this location. And I sent them the same DM. I'm like, hey, man, big fan of your work. And the reason why we did this, like most parasocial thing that we've done, was in that moment. I was like, me and him, we're like trying to cook. We're trying to get the librarian out. The first thing I did before DMing him was being like, okay, where is he? Why is he with Atriarchy? Where is Atriarchy? If we can locate where they are, we might be able to convince him to come out, right? Because if he's like in LA or something, like, yeah, that's going to be a non-starter. But if he is nearby the venue, we have to get him out, right? We got to get him out. We got to do a VTuber fan meet. That basically is what we're trying to set up. We're trying to set up a VTuber fan meet with the librarian in this moment. I remember months ago that Atriarchy announced that his community was doing a concert. Because I was sending it to a friend. I'm like, dude, this guy's community is crazy. They have like a whole musical ensemble who makes original songs for the stream, and they're doing a concert at TwitchCon, which I think is a very cool idea. All right. And so I dig up the link that I sent my friend. I look up the address from the link, and I'm like, oh my God, this is 15 minutes from the restaurant that we're sitting at. He is just 15 minutes away. So immediately me and Uwo are like, librarian is within our grasps. We can meet the librarian tonight. And all I knew was like, if I can get this to happen, this would make my entire TwitchCon. If this would just happen, everything leading up to this would be worth it. This would be my best TwitchCon of all time. That's OPSEC, yeah. it was OPSEC. It was OPSEC AF. So I messaged him, Uwo messages him. We're waiting longest 5 minutes of our lives. I swear, I'm checking my phone every single minute. We're just, you know, having drinks, eating snacks, chilling, but we're checking our phones every single minute. Did he respond? Did he respond? Did he respond? So then we get desperate. We're getting parasocial. Don't do this. Don't do what we did, because what we did was pretty parasocial. But we started a group DM between me and Uwo, and he's retweeted both of our stuff. He's retweeted my stuff. He's retweeted Uwo's stuff. He knows, you know, the both of us, we have some type of rapport. He's kind of been a reply. He's been in the replies once or twice. He's been in the replies once or twice. Yeah, he's been in chat. He's been in chat. I don't remember that. I'm a bad streamer. He's been in chat. He's a fan of, I think, both our streams. I think to some capacity. So we are being parasocial. We get him in a group chat and we said, hey, we both want to meet you. We will pay for your Uber. We will pay for your drinks. We will pay for your dinner. And we will pay for your +1. Like, if you want to bring +1, +3, +5, I don't care. Right? Legitimately, that is the DM that we send off. Because we're like, please. So many people want to meet you. -2 Riz? -2 Riz? Well, how did I get this picture? How did this picture come to be? So he just replies, he's like, okay, sure, why not? You know, I'm about 15 minutes away, I'll pull up. And when that message comes through, I lose my mind. I lose my fucking mind. And I cannot wipe the grin off my face. Like, I am smiling truly ear to ear in that moment. I'm smiling ear to ear in that moment, knowing that we're about to meet the librarian. Hina's losing her mind. Uwa's losing her mind. I'm losing my mind. Vega's losing their mind. Everyone at the table is losing their mind. We're going to do a VTuber meetup with the librarian. So I'm like, okay, awesome. Can't wait to meet you. By the way, what drink do you want? You know, they gave me the drink order. I am desperately trying to flag down a waiter. I'm like, waiter, do you have any idea who's about to show up to this restaurant? We need a drink now. We needed a drink yesterday for the librarian. If I had a red carpet, if I had a red jacket, I would have rolled it out. No kidding. We are buzzing. Like, I mean, we're buzzing because we've been drinking, but we are buzzing for real because we're about to meet like an actual content god. He pulls up, massive fermenting dregs sweatshirt. It's the man himself. We bring him in and I'm like, oh, you can just sit right here, which is just between me and Uwo. And then we hand him his drink, which came in time. We're like, hey, here's your drink, man. Welcome, dude. We're so glad you're here. Everyone loves you. And we're like, everyone's going up. He's like, we're all a big fan of your work. You do such a great job. The dude is so normal. He is like, he's kind of like overwhelmed. He's just overwhelmed with like, dude, all I do is make clips, man. You can kind of tell he's like, you've all lost your fucking mind. You can tell he's kind of thinking, you've all kind of lost your minds. So I'm asking like him about his night because apparently he had the same experience at the Atriarchy meetup where, you know, like people in Atriarchy's community know who he is. They love his work, etc. Atriarchy loves his work. And he was saying like, yeah, like, man, everyone's just asking me the same thing tonight. They're just talking about me. And like he, I think, is a fan of Atriarchy stream. So he wanted to meet him as like a fan. But he's like, yeah, I just wanted to meet him as a fan, but he just kept talking about me. He realized he's about to be kidnapped. No, dude, we tried to treat him well. I think we treated him well, but I can definitely say that was our intention. And Yeah, we basically we were just like completely fawning over this dude. He's like the most normal guy, truly like one of the most normal guy in the universe. What was his drink order? He said he just wanted something sweet. I don't even remember. It was like, I think some raspberry tonic, probably some type of raspberry gin and tonic. I don't remember. I'm sorry, this is going to become lore. Yeah, raspberry mojito. It's a raspberry mojito. I get it. I don't think he drinks too much. I wasn't drinking too much during the con either. Yeah, he was sharing some stories that he just doesn't drink a ton. So completely normal dude. He is overwhelmed basically by all of us in the moment, because he keeps saying, dude, I'm just a guy who makes Northernlion clips. He's like, I just clipped Northernlion. And we're just like, dude, you're a god. You're an actual you're a clip god. You're doing, I think some words we were saying were like, you are doing a service to humanity. You're doing a service to the community. Can I get you something else, sir? Like, we are completely glazing this person. He's like, dude, everyone's out of their minds. I just make clips. Dude, it was so fun. We basically were love bombing him. And so when I met up with Hina and Uo, I was also with Aishii, and Ashton broke off. Ashton went to go meet a friend. But as he pulls up, I'm texting Ashton. I'm like, the librarian just pulled up. Librarian just pulled up. You need to show up right now. So after we finish love bombing this dude, Ashton pulls up. Also is like, big fan of your work, love what you do, etc. She's like, do you want to go to this club where everyone is hanging out afterward? So we're about to drag a guy who is a very normal person, doesn't stay out too long and party. We're like, does everyone want to just go to this? I think it was like a DJ set basically in this club. But before we do that, we need to take a group picture. I'm like, we all need a group picture right now with the librarian. I don't know who has that picture. I need to find out who has that picture. But now we have a group picture. We have our VTuber fan meet picture. Hina has the picture. She needs to like crop all our faces out, but Hina has the picture. We are just being bros. We're trying to be bros with this dude. So we all get our rides. We all walk. We all go to basically this venue where there's like it's a really kind of almost stereotypical, like the DJ is too loud. We can't hear each other talk. But we, the entire time I'm talking to Librarian, I'm like just getting to know the guy. He's like, yeah, I just kind of clip. Don't really go out. I haven't been to this part of San Diego before. Clearly he's not like not the scene where he goes to get his Northernlion clips. He's not going to the club, getting ratchet with the DJs to get his Northernlion clips, right? Like, he's a dude who likes to just chill, make clips, game, etc. So we get into the club with the librarian. We are clubbing with the librarian. And the funniest, I think, part of the whole night was like, he was just like, I just don't get it, man. I'm like, what? What? Is everything okay? He's like, yeah. Like, why do people come out here? It's so loud. He was made to clip Northernlion. He was made to clip Northernlion, dude. He had a point. Eventually, I think after like 30 minutes, I'm like, let's go outside and chill, because I'm like, I need air. It's way too loud. I can't hear anything. I want to talk to everybody. I want to talk to Bodega Rat. I want to talk to Clonk. I want to talk to Ashton. Talk to Librarian. So this is the picture that we took outside of the club. We were like in a circle. Ashton, what was funny is Ashton had, I don't know what they're called, like the light sticks, because they were handing out like these really, really cheap light sticks inside the club. And then she was doing like the idol chants. I'm sorry, I'm a fake weeb, so I don't know what these things are called. She's doing like the fake chant, And then I pull up like the she's doing one chant, and then Librarian's like, oh, this is like my fan cams. Because he has like a fan cam of like someone, or like he retweets fan cams of someone doing like those little light stick idle chants in front of like the Northernlion videos. So I pull up like a Northernlion video so Ashton could do her chant in front of there, and that was a peak moment. That was a fun, wholesome peak moment. I think in the venue too, someone was like playing, like the DJ put on this K-pop song, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is from one of the fan cam videos. This is one of the NL fan cam videos." Dude, the entire time he's dropping NL references, and yeah, dude is truly the librarian of NL clips and NL lore. He is an athlete. He is a clip athlete for sure. Then we talked about Dota. Hector getting a 13-minute glide. I think like sometime in the middle of the conversation, I forgot what was said, but Klonk just drops, yeah, but Hector got a 13-minute Gleipnir on Weaver at like the perfect time. He was putting on clips throughout the event. Oh, he went home, I think. I met up with Big Ham too at when we met up with Big Ham, history was actually made. I don't know if you realize this, Big Ham, but when me and Librarian met up the next day, history was made. Has he met NL IRL before? I don't think he has. But we had a pretty wholesome night. He's a really cool dude. He put up with a lot of our silliness. It was like getting to around 2 a.m. and so I'm like, okay, I'm old. I need to go back. I've been drinking a little bit. I don't want to drink more. I just want to go to sleep, etc. We actually make plans to meet up the next day. So he was actually like, I have a TwitchCon ticket. I'm like half on actually going to TwitchCon because basically he could be at home clipping. It's like, I don't really know anyone, etc. I'm like, dude, I'll take you around. It's totally cool. I'm down to hang tomorrow. All right. We get back, we sleep, wake up the next day. We meet up actually some other VTubers at some dinner. Librarian meets us. Second Librarian VTuber fan meet established. Everyone's pogged out of their gourd. It's funny though, because I think half the people we met up with were like, oh dude, I love your work, I love your stuff, but I kept introducing him as the Librarian. I don't know the guy's real name. I'm not gonna lie, I never asked him his real name. I don't really, not that I don't care to know, but I don't want to press. I don't want to press. It's like, hey, you're just, obviously you came out of your way to meet us, we pressed you to meet us, etc. It's fine. I'm like, this is my friend, the Librarian. That's like what I kept saying the whole time I was with him. But he was really cool about it. Over lunch, we were just talking about clips and clipping and Northernlion lore. But after that, we went into the convention center. I met up with Big Ham in the chat right now because we were, I was like, oh, you're in the area. We should meet up. Let's hang out. Let me pull up the tweet. Because we were walking the convention floor with Big Ham. We're talking about StarCraft, the con, Northernlion, etc. Pretty normal time, all things considered, for a convention show floor. Also, I think it was their first TwitchCon, so I'm talking to them about like the TwitchCon meta. What you can see, what you cannot see, what what you can do if you wanted to. But apparently, the Librarian is like popping off on Puppy Girl Twitter or something. I don't know. The words I'm about to say, I don't really understand. I'm just repeating what he said, what he's told me. He's like popping off on Puppy Girl Twitter. I'm not sure what that is. But we arrive at this booth. Big Ham, you probably remember this. On Puppy Girl Twitter. We arrive at this booth. And we're like, we need a picture of this. We absolutely need a picture of this. I didn't know he tweeted this until like 30 minutes later. But the funny thing about this tweet is leading up to this picture. You know, we walk into the con, we're just chatting, we're talking about normal stuff. And he's like, yeah, you know, just doing clips all day. It's fun. I don't get a lot of opportunities to go to a lot of cons. This is my first con. And he's talking about his Twitter. He's like, yeah, man, I think my tweets are getting a bit more deranged. He's talking to me. He was like, yeah, man, I think my tweets are getting a little crazy lately. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's cool. You know, it's content, whatever. And he's like, yeah, it's getting kind of wild. He's like saying this, and then we stop here, and he's like, hold on, let's get a picture. And he just like rips this off the dome, and then just keeps talking to me and Big Ham about like how his tweets are just getting more and more deranged. This 100% popped off. Yeah, I'd say it popped off. He made that live. He was with us. 2:45 p.m. Okay, no, I think it was a little bit after we met up. No, no. Wait, no, he was with us at this time, 2:45 p.m. We made this happen. Like, we stopped by a number of booths that look interesting. Like, we helped bring this to life. I saw history. I saw an artist paint and I didn't even know. They live their life where every act is a creative act. Yeah, I think we Big Ham, I think you like left after this, shortly after this. Maybe you sent something wrong. But this was fun too. There was a Peloton booth. I didn't know Peloton was a sponsor of anything. If you are plugged into the Northernlion lore, Northernlion often talks about his Peloton escapades every day. Or like he rides his Peloton bike nearly every day. He does the coaching stuff. And so we obviously had to get a picture here too. After this, we just kind of like wandered around Artist Alley, looking at stuff. Around to the Julie booth, met up with some more people around Artist Alley. I think, and then we went to the partner lounge and then just talked about random stream ideas with other streamers. And we got dinner. I got to have dinner with my Oshi. Oh my god, I got to have dinner with my Oshi. The librarian. Dude, all in all, best TwitchCon I've ever been to. Yeah, I'm super glazing him, but he's a really nice, normal person who likes Dota and Fauna and VTubers and Northernlion. Actually, the funny thing is he kind of talks about Northernlion like he's his Asian son. He's like, dude, his content could be so good, but he's just so lazy. Like, he's talking about Northernlion. He's like, dude, he can be so lazy. And that's why, I think that's why he started clipping. He's like, dude, you need to be like editing out your bits and banter. And he just did it himself. Northernlion's mic is an Elgato Wave 3. That doesn't matter. It's a nice USB mic. I'm not gonna say it's a basic USB mic. It's a nice USB mic. I would recommend it to anybody, but he doesn't have any effects on it, okay? Northernlion is someone who's just raw dogging streaming, for real. This is what I'm learning. Northernlion just raw dog streaming. All the content is straight from the dome to the PC, no processing, nothing. It's really, dude is like one of the best to ever do it, right? Because of that, he has like no audio processing on his mic.
Do you not use noise gate? Oh, here we go. Oh, you know what? Maybe I've been improving one technical thing on my stream per week. Let me try putting on a noise gate, okay?
I was 100% off. I will say though, in that 2 hours,
Yes,
taxes.
You always know when
Hello.
Ryan's here because you hear.
Yeah, I know.
always a pleasure to fuck myself.
You put Apollo, Justin, Chibli into this trial?
Apollo was feeding it to me like every week. Every time I joined the call, he was like, oh, here he is.
It's like just getting his voice raw, and he doesn't have a noise gate. So you might hear buzzing. Like if you turn up a Northernlion clip, you might just hear like the ambient mic noise in the background. I think maybe a lot of us have a sense of what this is because it's like you're talking to a friend who doesn't really care about their stream audio or their mic audio in a game, and you can kind of hear like the room noise in the background. It's like the computer or air conditioning in the back. So NL has kind of the same problem. It's really subtle. I didn't really notice it until Librarian mentioned it because I watched an NL clip today and turned the volume up and I heard it. I think like for some clips where he's doing some extra editing and like I think he like adjusts some of the audio in some of the clips just to make it flow a little better or to make the clips flow into each other a bit better. Sometimes he can't just like turn the volume down on clips, right? Because if it's like NL talking and then not talking, if NL stops talking, the clip audio doesn't just go to 0. There's still like some like negative 32 dB of noise. So he has to take like the random background noise from some other parts of the clip and paste them into the point that he's editing, so it doesn't seem unnatural that NL just stops talking and all the audio cuts off. Because what happens on stream is if NL stops talking, you just hear the faint background noise. So the man is dedicated to the craft on a level that no other clipper that I've met is dedicated to the craft. Like no other clipper that I've met is dedicated to the craft like Librarian is. But it's so funny because he only requires this level of dedication because NL is so like NL just does not care about a stream setup at all, and that causes like this level of knowledge that you need to make like a really good NL clip. It's like Dota. I just realized clipping NL is like Dota. Like there are these arbitrary things that you have to be doing to make the clip good, and no video game would ever actually implement them. Like you would not encounter this case with any other normal streamer, but it makes everyone who does these clips have like a high skill. There's like a high skill ceiling because of these arbitrary rules and constraints for clipping NL. Like all these weird audio issues and things that happen on stream that he has to account for personally. Dude, that is it. That explains everything. Can we get a Mark Tower one day? I will fly to you if you specifically want to get a Mark Tower.